Hold on. Did you truly believe you had seen everything there is to see in the world of reality TV? Because just when you thought the drama was getting out of hand, Mendeecees went and raised the bar even further. And guess what? We're not talking about just any slap hoe, no. We're talking about an explosive showdown with love, and hip-hop fans are doubting everything they've ever known about loyalty. Love. And loyalty again because it seems to exist. Picture this. Fierce Rasheeda confronting Yandhi over an unspoken feud. But wait, it gets even more exciting when Mendy sees that, yes, the same man who used to call himself a family man enters and slaps our Ashida. Yes. You heard correctly. He slapped her in the middle of their heated argument. It was the kind of slap that could have been used in a telenovela. But what was his justification? Was he defending his wife? Or was he simply in the mood, and you assumed that the drama surrounding hip-hop and love was all staged? Well, you should reconsider if you thought you had seen all the drama. Think again. The world of reality television, especially love and hip-hop, has a history of creating unforgettable moments. What comes next will blow your mind, so stay tuned while we unravel the scandal of the year. Trust me, it's a banger. Scenes that leave fans talking for weeks. But nothing could have prepared us for the explosive confrontation between Mendeecees, Rasheeda, and Yandhi. Imagine this. On a typical day in the world of hip-hop and romance, Rasheeda, who is known for her fiery attitude and unyielding demeanor, enters a room prepared to discuss some long-standing tension with Yandhi. Her longtime friend, Yandhi isn't one to back down and is prepared for a fight. The tension in the room is so high that a knife could cut it. But just when you thought Rasheeda and Yandhi would be at odds, Mendy sees her husband, who was Mendy, appears to have had enough of the back and forth and is weary of being the mediator. He has obviously run out of patience and isn't just telling Rasheeda to calm down or saying something like, "Let's talk it out." What happens next? No. Instead, he slaps Rasheeda in the face during this furious argument without hesitation. The audience was stunned. We've seen people shout, quarrel, and hurl drinks, but a full-on slap is a level of violence. Nobody anticipated this level of drama. But here's the real deal. It wasn't just a slap. Oh no, the slap was only the beginning. Mendy realizes that in the heat of the moment, the tension in the room goes from 100 to off the charts as he continues. He then turns to Yandhi and adds, "You think you can touch my wife and get away with it?" This is where things start to get really interesting because Mendeecees wasn't simply defending his wife when he said, no, this was about setting the record straight. For months or maybe years, there had been murmurs and whispers about Rasheeda and Yandhi's continuous battle. But Mendeecees was the one who finally stated, enough is enough. What happens when a reality show like this has such an explosive reaction? You have social media backlash, public fury, and unending conjecture. But let's take a step back and ask the question that everyone is asking. Why did Mendeecees decide to act in this manner at this time? Let's break it down. Mendeecees has experienced a lot, from resolving his previous legal troubles to the ongoing scrutiny of being in the public focus zone of the primary characters in the Love and Hip Hop series. He has been under a lot of pressure. We have watched him experience highs and lows with his family, his relationship with Rasheeda, and even with Yandhi. So why did he lose it this time? Was it something to do with unresolved business between the two women? Whatever the cause, it's obvious that this slap wasn't just a moment of annoyance. Rather, it was the result of months of building tension. And let's not forget this type of repercussions from public confrontations. Even after the cameras stop recording and the incident is edited. However, before we discuss the aftermath, let's examine what caused Mendy to lose it. Rasheeda and Yandhi had been at odds for a while, been getting worse in recent months, with both women verbally attacking each other and revealing their private affairs to the public. This wasn't a small argument over a miscommunication. Rather, it was a feud that had been building like a storm, just waiting to blow the tension out. Rasheeda, who has always been a strong, independent woman, wasn't afraid to voice her disapproval of Yandi's behavior and remarks in the months before the event, which reached dangerous heights. There has been a persistent story about Yandi's attempts to weaken Rasheeda's power and relationship. Mendy has been caught in the midst, trying to play the role of peacekeeper, but all that is done is fuel further animosity. When this moment eventually reached a breaking point, Mendy walked into the scene and witnessed Rasheeda and Yandi fighting. And let's not even begin to discuss how Mendy feels about this. The choice to step in so explosively wasn't made on the fly of the moment. Rather, it was the last straw. And we're not just talking about a small annoyance. There had been years of drama and unresolved tension between the two ladies. And Mendy feels like he's being pushed to his limit breaking point. But once he's made his dramatic move, there's no turning back. We're left with the aftermath, and that's where things start to get very fascinating. Because Mendeecees is going to have to deal with more than just the public backlash for slapping Rasheeda. He must deal with the fallout from his actions on the show and in his personal life, online, as well. This incident isn't just a slap. It's a chain reaction that could alter everything. And trust us, the fallout is far from over. However, before we get into the aftermath, let's look at how the public took Topapul have opinions and aren't afraid to share them on social media within minutes of the occurrence, showing on Twitter, Instagram, and other platforms. When a highly anticipated reality TV moment like this occurs, you guessed it, social media explodes, with hashtags like #Mendeecees slap, #Rasheeda Absai Andy, and #Love and Hip Hop Drama trending. Facebook was ablaze with both fans and critics. Everyone from ardent fans to casual viewers was commenting on the explosive moment. The thing is, this incident wasn't just a minor blow. Fans were divided by a small argument between two women. Some were supporting Rasheeda, others were supporting Mendeecees, and some were just stunned by the brutality of the slap. What's even more bizarre, though, is that some were holding Yandi responsible for the entire incident. They said that if Yandi of this wouldn't have occurred if he hadn't been so rude and disruptive. Others defended Mendy's slap by saying that no one should ever touch a man's wife. The back and forth is insane. And fans are consuming every moment of the drama on the internet. #Love and Hip Hop is trending more than ever. And while everyone on the internet was talking about it, things behind the scenes were getting out of hand. You see, when reality TV gets too real, producers start to perspire. Coincidentally, the showrunners of Love and Hip Hop weren't prepared for this degree of heat. Let's face it. They love a good drama. But this was a full-blown nuclear bomb in a velvet room. Slap wasn't pre-approved, scripted, or even included in the shoot's outline for that day, according to one producer who wished to remain anonymous. We thought we were filming a normal confrontation, maybe a drink toss. Rasheeda allegedly refused to continue, embarrassed and deceived by Mendeecees and the entire production crew. She allegedly stated, "This ain't just TV no more. That man really put his hands on me." However, the narrative changed, and while Rasheeda was upset, Yandi wasn't exactly sitting quietly in the background, according to sources. She got up, took off her microphone, and bounded out of the venue as soon as the slap landed. This was because she knew that chaos and a PR nightmare were about to ensue. Yandi's image has always been about control.com and strategic diplomacy. At least on camera, but now cameras were rolling the entire time, and now that she's in the middle of a toxic triangle. Insiders claim that Rasheeda didn't just drive home in a rage, but rather drove directly to Kirk Batts, right? Her husband, Dan, broke down in tears as she told him what had happened. Kirk is known for keeping a low profile. Allegedly called producers, lawyers, and even some of the other cast members to demand that Mendy be held accountable. We're talking about legal threats, demands for public apologies, and, according to one dubious source, he didn't remain silent when things went wrong this time. If things don't get fixed right away, Kirk allegedly warned one of the producers, "You let him put his hands on my wife. I don't care if it's TV or not. Y'all better fix this." Meanwhile, Mendy notices that he's attempting to conduct damage control. And according to some sources, he's saying it wasn't a slap. It was a reactionary tap. And Rasheeda had insulted Yandi and his family in one of his purported quotes. "She was coming for my wife. What was I supposed to do? Allowing her to treat us in such a disrespectful manner on national television?" Oh, Mendy, the internet wasn't buying it. Are unearthing every old episode, analyzing his previous actions, and creating a picture that is, let's say, not great. Fans are bringing up clips from earlier seasons in which he was manipulative, passive-aggressive, or just plain strange. They're accusing him of possessing a hero complex and using his image as a family man as a cover for manipulative behavior. In the meantime, Rasheeda's followers are bringing the hashtag Team Rashid together, with influencers, bloggers, and even some celebrities sharing the video and commenting. One trending tweet read, "Rasheeda always exuded a queenly demeanor, which was repulsive. Black women should always be protected." Over 250,000 people liked that tweet alone in a single day. Isn't just drama, it's a movement. But hold on, there's more. In the midst of this blowback storm, another layer of the scandal falls like a wrecking ball. It is alleged that following her altercation with Kirk, Rasheeda contacted Love and Hip Hop executive producer Mona Scott-Young, demanding answers. According to a production source, Mona told Rasheeda, "We didn't see it. Coming as we watch the video, we're talking internally." Internal conversations is a euphemism indicating us all being panicked and attempting to find out how to spin things without getting sued. Some insiders even claim that Mona wanted to remove the footage since she was so concerned about it would cause negative press, but it was too late by then. The video had already been leaked to a few blogs and press outlets, and screenshots of behind-the-scenes conversations, TikToks, and even grainy, blurry vertical video clips were making the rounds. Suddenly, this wasn't just a scene from a reality show. TMZ, the Shade Room Hollywood Unlocked, made the national headline, and everyone jumped on it. Articles like "Mendeecees caught slapping Rasheeda in explosive scene" and "Fans demand accountability" were appearing everywhere, and the situation had completely blown out of control. Mendeecees' name was trending alongside phrases like "a bus scandal" and "cancellation." And where was Yandi during all of this? She seemed to be hiding out. Not really. But she went into full ghost mode, posting nothing, leaving no stories, leaving no comments, and being silent on the radio. If you know Yandandi, know that she's never quiet unless she's getting ready for something important or avoiding something. The heat didn't stop others from dragging her. Though, as critics asked, how are you going to remain silent in the midst of all this? According to some, she deployed Mendeecees as her attack dog, expecting he would blow up, and then retreated when things became difficult. There were even conspiracy theories that the entire fight was staged for ratings, despite the fact that most insiders say it was not. And just when you thought the scandal couldn't get any juicier, another character enters the scene. Others accused her of manipulating the entire situation for screen time. Scene K. Michelle, of course, does. She went live on Instagram and, without revealing names, posted a mysterious message that made fans immediately relate to the drama. You guys need to stop letting these power couples fool you. Just because someone is wearing matching Gucci doesn't mean they have peace at all. Home, boom. Fans flooded the comments with remarks about her discussing Yandi and Mendeecees, K. Michelle spilling tea. Then came the tweets. Her live stream was screened, recorded, shared, and incorporated into dozens of TikTok theories in a matter of minutes. As a result, not only do we have the main what about VH1, the network has gone into full damage control mode, according to sources, and lawyers are analyzing the situation every day. The trio of Rasheeda, Yandi, and Mendy is embroiled in a scandal. But other cast members and celebrities are adding gasoline to the already roaring fire, according to reports. Contracts and some high-level executives are discussing whether to cancel the upcoming episode or run it with a huge disclaimer. Some believe they are worried about criticism, but others claim the ratings will be too to ignore. The real kicker, though, is that Rasheeda has apparently been offered her own spin-off. You heard that right? A production source claims that the fans adore Rasheeda because she is genuine, emotional, and respected. She leaves, the show would lose a significant portion. What does Mona do then? It is said that she is holding a large bag to keep Rasheeda on board and promising her more. Rasheeda, on the other hand, isn't entirely sure. According to some insiders, this slap was the last. The betrayal was too severe. The pain was too real and the camera was too intrusive. As for Mendy, sources claim his manager, Rasheeda, is still thinking about leaving completely. He doesn't believe he did anything wrong. So you heard me. The problem is that he still believes he was protecting his wife and won't apologize for defending his family. This man truly believes he is the victim. Q can't make this stuff up. Therefore, the team is urging him to issue a public apology as well. Will Mendeecees double down? Will Yandi finally speak up? Will Rasheeda sue? And most importantly, will this be the end of love and hip-hop as we know it? Because just when you think this storm is finally abating, it blows up again, because guess who finally breaks their silence? Yandi? Yes. After remaining silent for days, ignoring all the smoke, avoiding all the tags, and ignoring every trending tweet, Sis finally responds. It's not a sit-down interview or a confessional, but a full-fledged Instagram post with a touching caption and a black and white filter, accompanied by piano music. She begins with, as a woman, a mother, and a wife, and instantly everybody knew. This was about to be one of those posts which appeared to have taken 2 hours to compose. She asserts that she never desired the drama, detests witnessing people suffer, and would never support violence, especially between cast members she loves and respects. But then she says something that makes the internet go crazy. But when people come for my family, I can't control how they react. Hold on. Did Yandi really just say that? If so, she's essentially denying responsibility and defending Mendy's actions. Omitted his name. But the shade was too clear to ignore. That phrase alone put social media into full beast mode, with some accusing her of being cunning and manipulative. One tweet went viral saying, so basically, she threw the rock, hit her hand, and then wrote a poem about peace. Got it. Got it. Rasheeda, on the other hand, didn't remain silent either. She replied with a brief, snappy, and direct post of her own. She revealed a photo with teary eyes and no makeup, captioning it, "Healing is messy. But I won't stay silent to protect anyone's ego." No names, no tags, but full and unmistakable message. Fans are now officially divided, with a civil war raging in the comment sections between Team Yandi and Team Rasheeda. People are searching through previous episodes from years ago, extracting images and receipts. And even tweeting earlier incidents in which Yandi tozajide at Rasheeda before they were cool on camera. It turns out that this feud may have been simmering for years, but the cameras never really caught the heat. Then, out of the blue, Mama D decides she wants a piece of the limelight. The Queen of Mess herself posts live on Instagram, while drinking wine and discussing how real it is. Now, what show is she on? Fans asked. Women don't let other women get smacked over no man. Mama Dean, on the other hand, never allows a messy moment to pass her by. People keep reposting her life online, saying things like, she's messy, but she's not wrong. In a shocking interview, a hip-hop producer from Atlanta reveals, this wasn't the first time hands got thrown behind the scenes, we just never aired it before, but this was too big to hide. This is just when things were becoming too twisted. Hold on, fans are going full FBI now. They're asking, what else have you been hiding? Who else got slapped? Who else left the set and never returned? All of a sudden, everyone is rewatching old scenes with fresh eyes. That look Yandi gave Rasheeda in season 9. Now it means something. That awkward moment at the reunion where Mendeecees, who didn't clap when Rasheeda walked in, now fans are like, oh, that was tension. This rabbit hole is so deep. And then an ex-producer appears out of nowhere, appears with even more dirt. It is said that a second angle of the slap has not yet been made public. It depicts Yandy's actual reaction when it occurred. Word is in that angle, and she smirks. If that is accurate, then her image is going to collapse like the Titanic. Executives are in complete panic mode. There is disagreement in the boardroom over whether the show should ever be aired. Some people want to cut the audio, while others want to blur it out. Ratings are on the verge of going nuts, and they're not mistaken. Advertisers are already circling gossip websites' headlines before the show airs. But here's the plot twist that no one anticipated. Rasheeda's attorney makes a public statement. Yes, it's that serious. In the statement, Rasheeda says she is considering her legal options, denounces the violence that has started, and insists that VH1 act promptly and appropriately is no longer only a plot point. It's about lawsuits, image protection, and possibly even criminal charges. Mendy doubles down in the meanwhile, purportedly saying in a clubhouse room late at night, "I'm not apologizing for defending my wife. You all are on the internet, phony, furious. But if Soyeon came for your family, what would you do?" This man truly believes he is a hero in a Marvel film. Yandy began removing comments from her poetry post as it became heated, first on Instagram, then TikTok, and then on Twitter. Fans are saying, stop trying to create drama if you can't handle the heat. That slap was real, wasn't faked, and they were lucky. But despite everything, guess who returns for one final nasty cameo? Kirk goes on live with a radio personality and essentially verifies everything Rasheeda stated. She was traumatized. We were about to leave the show entirely. Phew, I wasn't on set, or it would have been a different kind of episode. Fans are now claiming that this may be the largest scandal in hip-hop and love history. It's bigger than Joe's line against everyone, Mimi's shower rod, and Stevie J's bus of lies. And this was a real betrayal, and actual repercussions as the network gets set to broadcast the episode. They have already revealed a special reunion-style sit-down between Rasheeda, Yandy, and Mendy, hosted by none other than Nina Parker. Yes, they are pulling out all the stops for this one. According to sources, the sit-down was awkward, tense, and unpleasant. There was no conclusion, only more chaos, and the viewers are left wondering where we go from here and whether Rasheeda will remain on the show. Yandy tried to spin Mendeecees into saying anything. Kirk sat in the corner with his arms crossed like a security guard ready to leap. If there's one thing that love and hip-hop always delivers, it's chaos. This time, it wasn't just scripted, it was real. Will Mendy finally be held accountable? Will Yandy's brand survive this? Or will Mona Scott Young manage to turn this entire catastrophe into the highest-rated season ever? Was real, and this time, it became personal. Why? After all the slaps, the shade, the Instagram essays, and the behind-the-scenes chaos, did we just witness the collapse of a whole hip-hop and love dynasty in real time? It's like we're watching reality TV royalty fall apart in front of us. Let's be honest. What do you think Mendy did right in defending Yandy in that way? Or did he go too far? Was Rasheeda merely caught in the crossfire? Or was she genuinely attempting to stir things up and tell me this? You think Yandy is to blame? I want you all to share your thoughts in the comments section, as your way depends on it. Team Yandy, Team Rasheeda, protect the brand, or explore it all. Do you know exactly what she was doing the entire time? Or is she simply an expert at acting innocent while pulling strings behind the scenes? If you think this was messy, buckle up because the next episode will make it look like preschool drama. You don't want to miss what's coming, so be sure to hit the like button like Mendeecees smashed Rasheeda's ego, and hit subscribe so you never miss it. Turn on those post notifications and don't miss another scandal, because the tea we're serving next, baby, is hot until so. Continue to be dirty, curious, and attentive, since this story is far from over.